Yo, what's up? What's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to the build today. Welcome you to Soundoff. This is your man here, kpaperchase, and I'm in here now. We're going live. I just wanted to talk about some things today. I wanted to take us to church today. I wanted to go to church without actually going to church. So thanks everybody for joining, and we're about to get started. Okay. So last week, last Sunday, I did a build about church. So I definitely want y'all to go check that out if you haven't seen that. I just want to expand on it a little bit. So I'm going to talk about that, but I also want to have an open panel. So I want everybody to just feel free. If you got any questions, if you want to come up, you got any smoke, whatever you want to do, just come up. But I just wanted to finish talking about that church because I was going to go live last week, but I never went live with it. And the main thing we're talking about is knowing versus believing. So as far as religion, religion, I always say leave your indoctrination at the door. I think that a lot of times religion isn't necessarily the best thing for us. Now, I do think that some people do need religion. I do feel like some people might feel like they need the Ten Commandments or they need a religion to tell them not to kill people, or they might need a religion to keep them on the straight and narrow. But for me, I really don't think it is. I really don't think it's necessary. I do think that whenever you're looking at anything other than inside yourself, then I feel like you're giving your power away. So I don't think that it's necessarily bad to have a religion. You can definitely do what you want to do. But for me, I don't think that it's something that I would need in order to be a productive person. I don't feel like I would need Jesus as the middleman between me and God, but I got to go through Jesus to get to God. You know what I mean? My relationship is directly with my creator, and that's what I want to talk about. So I want to talk about religion, faith, and belief, because the only thing that gets me about religion, well, one of the things that get me about religion is that you have to have faith in it. So to have faith in religion, that means you have to have sort of like a blind faith, and you have to believe in something or have faith in something that you don't know about. And that's just my issue. Because look at it. So check it out right here. I was born in North Carolina, right? So I'm born in North Carolina. I was born as a Christian. So ever since I grew up, that's what I knew. Everybody was telling me that the Christian is the way to go. You don't believe in Jesus, you believe in any other religion. If you do one of 10,000 things, you're going and you burn up in hell. So that's what I was told. But I always used to ask questions when I was little. Even when I went to the church, I used to always ask questions, and I'd be like, okay, so I don't know. It's crazy. What y'all think about the religion thing, though? Because I just felt like my questions weren't necessarily answered. And for me to have blind faith and believe in something, I just wanted to have more of an understanding of it. So, that's where my problem was, because I always felt that there were no really answers. And then you got to look at the thing too. Okay, so what if I wasn't born in North Carolina, right? What if I was born in Iran or Iraq? So I wasn't born as a Christian. I was born as a Muslim. Now, these Muslims have the same things that the Christians saying. So they believe that Allah is their only way, or Muhammad, or whoever their deity or demigod is. They believe the same thing. So I'm over here in America saying that I'm believing in Jesus, this King James version. King James got me, worshiping Jesus. And they're over there in another country worshiping Allah. You got the Buddhas worshiping the Buddha. So how do you know who's right? So that was my thing from the very beginning. How do I know which one is right? Because you can't tell me that just because I was born into my family, my religion is right, everybody else's religion is wrong, and everybody's going to burn in hell. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a problem that I had with Christianity. So that's something that I didn't understand. I still try to understand, but now that I can make my own decisions, I can look at it and I can tell these preachers or whoever I want to talk to, and I can challenge them and I can ask them questions. It's different now. And then I guess the only other issue that I have too is almost seems like it's a cop out, because they'll say, as long as you believe in Jesus, as long as you say that Jesus is your father and you're saved again, then you can be forgiven. I don't believe in that, because that means that somebody could be a child murderer. You could be a convicted whatever. And all you got to do is go to Jesus and say, okay, Jesus, will you forgive me? And that makes it right. No, I don't believe in that. It's karma. We had universal rules, the rules of nature, the rules of this earth before the Bible was written by King James a few hundred years ago. So we already had rules that went on. So there's karma. That's a law of karma. So everything that happens, there's got to be an opposite reaction. You're not going to be able to kill somebody. You're not going to be able to do anything and be forgiven and think that it's all right if you worship Jesus. That's all I'm saying. So I want to be able to teach our kids that what we need to do is we need to make sure that people are being accountable for their own actions. Jesus is not going to save you. You're going to have to save yourself because we still been waiting on this rapture and we haven't had it yet. So that's what I'm saying. It's hard for me to believe in something like that. So let's see. Yo, what's up, big dog, Philly OG? What's up, man? Thanks for joining. Hey, Marmar. Peace to my brother, the enemy's public. All right, so let's see. Marmar says, Christians always try to force their beliefs on other people, right? And they do. They do. And I think that's one of the things that sort of can make it wrong. My thing with the Christians is that they seem to have an intolerance for anything other than themselves. Okay, I consider myself an open-minded person. So if you want to be a Christian, if you want to be a Muslim, you can be whatever you want to be. Dog, I'm not going to try to tell you what to be. You got to be what makes you happy. You know what I mean? And I guess my only thing is that, they'll try to convert you. Sort of like the old Jehovah's Witnesses that knock on your door. They try to convert you. And it's almost like a cult type thing, And then, you can get with the righteous people and they think that because they went to church, or they read the Bible, that they're kind of better, or that I have a question about the Bible, then somehow I'm not equally yoked because I have a question. But there's no way I'm going to get my blind faith in anything without questioning. So a lot of people say, hey, don't question the Lord. Don't question Jesus. I'm going to question it because is this something that I'm going to live my life based on? I got plenty of questions. All right. And then I want to talk about, too, as far as religion, believing versus knowing. You can believe in religion. You can believe that, one day Jesus is going to come up out of the sky and he's going to take you back with him. You can believe that. But the root word to believe is lie. Root word to religion is lie. So you can basically believe what you want to believe. But when somebody asks me about my faith or my religion, I don't say I'm religious. I say I'm spiritual. And I don't say I believe in anything. I say that I know that there's a creator that created me. I know that. So it's not anything that I have to believe. I know that there's something that came before me, that created me, that created this earth that is bigger than all of us. So that's my question that I want to say. What do you all think? Do you think that faith and religion is good or bad? Like I said, everything can be used for good or it can be used for bad. We've seen religion used for bad. We've seen the Christian Crusaders go and kill millions of people for bad, but we've also seen religion for good. So that's why I don't want to knock religion if somebody needs that for their faith, because it's plenty of people who have really been turned around by the Bible, by reading about Jesus, by going to church and getting saved. So it really can be a big help to people. And I'm not going to lie, when I go to church, I feel that funny feeling too. When you go to church, it's like it feels like the preacher's talking right to you, right? So you in church and it's almost like what it is it's an emotional release. It is an emotional release. Church is. We could get that same emotional release by going to other places, but the church does give you that emotional release and it's like therapy. All right. So I want to tell this story. Hey, Danjuma Noah says, Islam has hurt me real bad and I hate them so much that I want all of them dead. How can I try to stop? Yeah, sounds like you had a bad experience. But what I say is, it's not really a bad experience. Try to look at it not as a bad experience. Try to look at it as a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to realize that the people that you were worshiping with, they're still there. So if you learned something and you moved kind of ahead, it's okay. So yeah, it's rough. It's rough, and people have a lot of stuff about religion, the way they say that you should be acting, you should be doing. Okay, so let me tell you my story. The last time I stepped into a Christian church, I was going to a friend with church. Now, when I was growing up, my grandfather was a preacher, all right, on my dad's side. So when I was growing up, we didn't really go to church every Sunday, but he was a preacher. So we would go to the, to the little anniversaries and stuff like that. So we always did that. So what I was taught growing up is that you have to be baptized in order to take communion. So it's like, hey, you got to be baptized in order to take communion. And I was like, okay. I had never been to the church where they did communion, but hey, I wasn't baptized, so I wasn't taking it anyway. This is like 10 years ago. So I was an adult, you know what I'm saying? I was a young man, went to church. So they started doing the communion. I'm like, oh shit, now they're doing the communion. I never been to a communion service before. So they were getting out the wine and they said, this wine is Jesus's blood. We're acting like this is blood. So this ain't wine, this is blood that y'all drinking. And this wafer right here is his flesh. So y'all gonna drink his blood and y'all gonna eat his flesh. And this is all in the name of Jesus. So I was like, damn. I was like, man, how the hell am I gonna get out? I already knew I wasn't gonna do it. I was like, okay, how am I gonna get out of this? I'm like, dang, how am I gonna get out of this? So I was like, dang, I can't do it because I haven't been baptized. You know, I'm from down south. You got to be baptized in order to take, in order to do the communion. And the lady I was with, she was like, no, you don't have to be baptized. She was like, you see all these sinners in the church, everybody's taking communion. You don't have to be baptized to take communion. So I was like, damn. So I didn't want to take it. All right. So the lady handed me the little glass. It looked like shot glasses, and there's a little bit of juice in the glass. And the lady handed me the glass. So I was like, nah. So I was trying to play it off. But I guess that by that time the preacher saw me. Okay, so the preacher got up there. So I said, nah. So I just waved her back on. So I'm thinking everything cool. You know, she done went back. She done took my little wine back. Everybody around me got the wine and wafer. And he said, the preacher was like, so before we start this communion, this is a very, what word did he use? That dude was like, this is very sacred. So anybody that's not participating in the communion, I ask you to leave the church. So I just stood there. I was like, oh, shit, you talking about me? So so I was like that. And he was just looking at me. Everything just stopped. And I was like, man, I'm not trying to make a scene. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even want to make no noise. I just wanted to get the church service over and be gone. So he called me out. I'm like, damn. So everybody's looking. And the lady I was with was like, okay, well, just go on. Just wait for us outside. I was like, really? So I'm like, dang. All right. So I left. I think I was riding with somebody. So I'm just hanging outside the church. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for the church to be over. But that was a humiliating experience. You know what I mean? And besides a funeral or something like that, I said I would never be in church, or I'd never put myself in a position where I felt like that, where I had to do that. Because these Christians will tell you, oh, no, it's just the blood of Jesus. I'm not a vampire. I don't eat blood. I don't drink blood. I don't eat flesh. I don't eat crackers and act like it's flesh. That's cannibalism. I can pull up a Satanist worship thing right now, and they do the same thing. And see, this is where the cognitive dissonance comes in, because a Christian will tell you that it's okay to act like you're sacrificing somebody. It's okay to do a blood sacrifice. But when you see other religions or Satanists, which is or the atheists do it, you said that it's a problem, but you can drink Jesus's blood. And that's the same thing they do when they do these satanic practices. They don't actually kill people and drink their blood. They drink they drink wine just like the Christians do. And they act like it's blood. It's like a mock. They do mock stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's exactly the same thing. And it bothers me that people can't see that. As long as it's Jesus' blood, you're going to drink blood. I'm not drinking nobody's blood. I'm not eating no crackers and act like it's somebody's flesh. I don't need to eat Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that it's just so crazy, man. And people will stand on that. And then even if you show them, like I said, I started to pull up a satanic ritual and show y'all today just to do it. I said, I'm not going to even do that, because then with that cognitive dissonance, people still going to deny it. Even if I showed you the same thing, they still going to come up with some way to deny it. But yeah, it's real like that, y'all. So Marmar says communion has always been weird to me. Yeah, it is weird. It really is weird, because like I said, if I got to act like I'm drinking blood, and you can do it for Jesus, but you can't do it for nobody else. I mean, why I got to drink your blood? That's vampirism. Eating flesh is cannibalism. Don't matter whose flesh you eat. We don't eat flesh and we don't drink blood. I don't. Do your thing though. If you need to do that, just stay on the top. You know what I'm saying? Just stay right. Hey, do your thing, man. I'm just saying. For me, no. Okay, Dan Juma, what you talking about? Said these people beheaded my cousins and kidnapped my grandma in the name of Allah. Wow. Yeah, and it's crazy because it's like people can do anything as long as they do it in somebody's name. And that's what I used to ask the preacher too. I think I asked somebody. I was like, okay, so if two countries go to war, both people say that God is on their side. Which side is God really on, and can He be on everybody's side? So, yo, what I want to do, hey, Dan Juma, what I want to do, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but I'm gonna drop the link, and I want you to come to the panel and tell us your story, because I think that's real interesting. You say they kidnapped your grandma in the name of Allah. I would love to hear about your experience. You know what I'm saying, and what happened. So, let me drop the link, and come to the panel. Click on the link. Come to the panel and tell us about your story. And if anybody else have any other stories, because like I said, I went through that. It really, really made me feel like really, really low when it happened. I was really, really upset about it, just feeling embarrassed, feeling like maybe I wasn't doing the right thing. But now I stand behind it. So if anybody else has any stories or anything like that, yeah, definitely let us know. Click on the link. Marmor, right? I really know more about his story, right? Yeah, and it's crazy. And then you have to look. It's always been fanatics in religion. So just like anything, you can use a religion for good and bad. I mean, they had the kamikaze fighter jets, fighter pilots, so they'll actually fly a plane and kill themselves in the name of Allah. They kill themselves and kill other people in the name of Allah, but they're doing it for Allah. And no matter what you tell them, they're going to say it's right. Just like no matter what you tell a Christian, they're going to say that the Christian Crusades was right. You know, we had to kill them million people, let them know about Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we got some work to do, people. We got a whole lot of work to do, because I think that one of our main problems with Black people is that if you talk nice to us, if you tell us we're smart, if you tell us we were first, or you know what I'm saying, we were the first people, everybody came from Africa, we like that, and we'll actually listen to it. So flattery gets you everywhere with Black people. But what we need to do is not stop accepting stuff just because we hear it. You know, we got to do that critical thinking. We got to check out stuff for ourselves. Bronze, Flat Power God. Peace out. Thanks for joining us. Oh, you are Nigerian, but we have migrated to the UK. Okay, so hit that link and come up and tell us your story. From Nigeria to the UK. Yeah, I would like to hear your story as far as, you know, what happened with your religion. Because it's funny out there. It's really crazy out there, you know. And then, you know, I think sometimes people just use religion to just be a part of something of saying, hey, I have this religion. I think they makes it think that almost that they're better than other people, or that they might be better or more conscious than somebody else because they have a religion. And I guess my thing is, every time I ask a question, if I ask a question, they'll say, oh, well, you need to pray for understanding, or, you know, it's my fault. But, you know, very simple questions. You at work. You at work. Okay. Yeah. So what you think? So what y'all think about faith? Like having that blind faith? I guess my only thing was like, okay, once I figured out when I was little that I was born into Christianity, and that different people from different countries, depending on where they were, they had their own religions. That's when I started doubting it. Because check this out right here. If this dude is a Buddhist and he's saying that Buddha is the only way, and I'm a Christian and I'm saying that Jesus is the only way, both of us can't be right. So I was always looking for something that was kind of like an all-inclusive thing. So what I do is I study. I read the Bible several times, read the Bible, I read the Quran, I read all the stuff, and I study and I try to cross-reference stuff. So what I found out, all these religions, talking about all these religions and spiritual systems and stuff like that, is that there are certain universal rules, and these universal rules transcend all religions. That's what I was talking about earlier, like the rules of nature, like the Hermetic principle. See, things like this don't change because that's been here forever. And no matter what religion or whoever you go to, this is the stuff that was before religion. Because religion is a man-made thing, Religion is man-made. Ask any question. Okay. So he said, ask any question. Okay, so I'm going to ask you this question. What is your religion now? Or do you have a religious system? Because you said that, that you were with the Islam. What are you, what is your system now? Or do you even have a religion? And what do you think about religion as far as that? Because, some people might say, hey, you just haven't found the right religion. You don't like that. You don't want to be a Christian. You know what I mean? You need to be something else. That's what they'll say. But just like I said, too, religions have the same thing in common. And all of them have this kind of indoctrination thing. All of them have some kind of indoctrination where you have to do something or you have to worship somebody or get on your knees or something like that. And I think that whenever we take the power outside of ourselves to go worship Jesus or get on our knees for another man, we're taking power away from ourselves because God created us in his image. So that means that all of us have a little piece of God in us. So, a lot of times, and this is what I did too. I was on this spiritual journey for years. So yeah, I read the Bible like 3 times, Quran and all that kind of stuff. I read that stuff because I was looking, because I was trying to seek out what I need to find out. What do I need to do? Where are the answers? But the answers are within. And people used to tell me that all the time. I'm like, what do they mean is within? What do you mean is within? But really it is. We seek outside ourselves trying to find something, but it's within. So you got to get to know yourself. So knowing yourself is one of the main ways to reach that divinity that we each and all of us have within ourselves. But that's through you. It's not going to be through any religion. It's not going to be through any demigod, any deity. It's not going to be through any of that. It's going to be through you. So you have to look deep in yourself and you have to find it. And I didn't even know what that means, but I guess once you start knowing, you'll know what it means. Or just spend some time with yourself. If you have questions or something, just meditate. It's okay to just not do nothing sometimes. I used to always think when I'm sitting here, sometimes I just be sitting here like not doing that. I'm like, damn, man, what you doing, man? You need to watch TV. You need to do something. But sometimes just be still. Peace, be still. Yeah. And like I said, with our religions, with all belief systems, there are some good things and some bad things. So we can take good things and bad things out of them. But you gotta be choosy. You can't just be down for something. Okay, I'm down for this. Nothing they do is wrong. You can't do that. We still gotta be critical thinkers. All right. Mama says facts. I'm still struggling to find one that works for me. Yeah. And that's how it is. And like I said, you're not gonna find one that worked for you. When I was little, probably when I was in my early teen years, preteen years, I started looking at Buddhism and Hinduism. And for me, that resonated more than Christianity because I remember them talking about being born again. And once you're born so many times, you're able to leave this world because each time you're born, you're on a higher level. So, that resonated with me from the time I was a child. So I was like, that's real weird. And it's funny now because, that's what I think now. So I do think it's something good that you can probably take out of everything. Like I said, the Bible says there should not kill. That's a good thing, right? We shouldn't be killing. But who needs the Bible to tell them that? Why you got to have a Bible to tell you not to kill nobody? And once I started kind of relying on myself, instead of not worrying about the Bible, because it was so much stuff that I did not want to do that I couldn't do. Nope, the Bible says don't do this. Nope, the Bible says you can't do this. Can't open your third eye. You can't do this. It seemed like everything that I tried to get more consciousness or everything that I tried to do that would raise my consciousness, the Bible was against it. Can't do this. Can't do that. Can't do that. And I had to think like, why? Why you don't want me to open my third eye? Jesus talking about let your eye be single in the Bible. Why I can't open my third eye? Why I got to turn the other cheek? You know what I'm saying? So eventually it just don't feel right. It doesn't sound right. And I believe these older people, and it's our old heads, you know what I'm saying? Our grandmas and our moms and stuff. That's what they were taught. They were indoctrinated with that Bible. But damn, if you read the Bible and it say be good to your masters, damn, can't you tell that that's not something that you want to be involved in? I don't get it. But hey, Okay, so I might consider Jainism. Jainism. But stay away from Islam because it's dangerous. Okay. Marmar says, do you have what the evil eye is? Do I have what the evil eye is? As far as I know, the evil eye was what? When somebody can kind of cast a spell on you. You know, I heard that people used to give you the evil eye and kind of look at you a certain way and try to do spells and stuff like that. I don't really believe in, casting spells and stuff on people. Don't believe in spells. I do believe it is negative energy, and depending on how you thinking and what you're giving out, energy attracts each other. So if you're giving out negative energy, it's going to come back to you. But I don't believe that there's anybody out there that can say, give me the evil eye and stop me from accomplishing something that's meant for me to do. You know what I'm saying? You said that's a form of protection I use often. Okay, so the evil eye. Okay, so you can look at somebody. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This stuff isn't magic. It's not religion. It's not magic. It's not hocus pocus. It's science. All it is vibrations. Every time you have a thought, no matter what that thought is, thoughts are things, that vibration comes out from your mind and it goes out and looks for other vibrations that are in that same vibrational wavelength. So it's not magic, it's vibrations. It's electromagnetic. It's our electromagnetic fields. We're electric, so we're able to connect. Okay, you said the crystals too. Yeah, so I deal with the crystals. Hey, I got crystals everywhere. See, this is my baby right here. I just put this on my desk. But yeah, I deal with the crystals, and that's sort of what I'm all about. You know what I mean? Anything that we can use for positive, that's going to help increase our vibration. It's going to help us feel good, and not only feel good, but kind of raise our vibrations, man. Help us open our mind. I'm down for it. So yeah, I'm definitely with the crystals. Tuning forks with my tuning fork. Yeah, man, I got all that. Crystals. I do tuning forks. I do workups with the tuning forks and with the crystals. So yeah, I definitely do that. And the tuning forks are good too, because just by listening to those vibrations of the tuning forks, it can actually have some good medical benefits and mental benefits. So yeah, I got a show coming up on the tuning forks, and I'm going to show you how to start programming the crystals. So once you get that crystal, you can program it, and you can actually get the crystal to, help you out a little bit. So yeah, Marmar with the crystals. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna definitely do something about crystals. But yeah, I got into crystals. My mom died, so I was going through her stuff after she died, and I found a crystal. I was like, what is this little rock? This is a pretty little rock. So I put it in my pocket, and just from carrying around in my pocket, I felt something. I don't know what it is. It kind of resonated with me. So I was like, damn, I'm gonna go get some more crystals. And since then, I've been like obsessed. I got so many. Y'all can't see. I got crystals everywhere. I've been like obsessed with them. And to me, it's kind of amazing that there are stuff that we can do as far as crystals. I call them mental hacks. I got to do a show on that too, because I got a lot of mental hacks. It's just stuff that you can do just to help you out, just to raise your vibration. You know what I'm saying? You feeling down, simple mental hack. You know what I'm saying? You feeling down, just go take a shower. All right. By the time when you're taking that shower, you imagine that water is just brushing all that bullshit off you. You know what I'm saying? Imagine it going down the drain. You step out of the shower, you clean, you ready to go. There's so many things like that we can do, even burning incense. You know what I'm saying? Do an exercise. So much stuff that we can do to raise our vibrations and just to keep us kind of like up on the up and up. Okay, you said your girlfriend into that kind of stuff. Yeah, so subscribe to the channel. Because we're gonna definitely do some stuff. I didn't want to do the crystals too much because I'm trying. I don't want to give people too much. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just totally just flip and just go off into some metaphysical stuff like that. But I am going to start doing the crystals and the tune forks and stuff, because I do want to start exposing us to these mental hacks and these different things that we can do, even if it's going to raise our consciousness, raise our awareness. Even by walking around with the crystal in your pocket, you'll see a different awareness. You might see things better. You might hear things better. Like if I were to work you up with the tuning forks and balance all your chakras, you know what I'm saying? That would help you too. So it's so many things that we can do. Like for an example, my tuning forks right here, depending on the frequency of the tuning forks. So is what you would use. So what you would do, I would use different tuning forks on you until I felt the one that resonated with you. And these tuning forks do a lot because it actually will tell you what part of the body is having issues. It'll tell me, if your bone is broken, you sprain muscles or anything like that. So this is science. So yeah, I'm not on the religion. I'm not going to tell you that something is going to come out of the sky or anything, but I can show you some electromagnetic fields. I can show you frequency and vibration. I can show you stuff that's going to really change stuff. And that's what that really makes a difference and really makes an impact. Like the butterfly effect. You do one thing, it's going to affect something else. She wanted to get me one, but I said, nah, I'm good. See, why are you scared of the crystal? See, that's the thing. See, we're not into that spookism stuff. Why are you scared of the crystal? A crystal can be positive or negative. Now, if you get that crystal and you're trying to do negative stuff, then it can always be negative. Of course, somebody can try to get a crystal and say, hey, I'm going to program this crystal to do something bad, but it really doesn't work like that. I think that a lot of times if you're afraid, and it's probably not time for you to do it. I've tried to give people crystals before, because I give a lot of them away, and sometimes they don't want it. They'll say, hey, that's the devil. It's not even up to me to tell you that ain't the devil. If that's what you think, it's just not time for you yet. And so that's one thing that I had to do. When I first started learning, I was so excited. Crystals and tuning forks and central oil, all the stuff I used to do, meditation stuff. I was so excited I used to tell people. So I go around and tell, hey, look, this crystal gonna do. Walk around with this in your pocket. I used to do that all the time, but you can't really do that because everybody doesn't resonate with it, and everybody don't even want to hear it. So I'm learning to kind of keep it to myself, and I have this platform now, so I can get it out to the people that want to hear it. But yeah, I would definitely say try the crystals, and if you got any questions, or I can send you a crystal, or if you got any questions, just hit me up, man, because I do think that there is something in the crystals. The crystal has a structure. It's called a crystal lattice, and it's a perfect structure. So everything in the crystal is built to perfection. So each crystal vibrates at a certain frequency, at a certain resonance. And what happens is resonances have to come together. So what'll happen is that crystal make you start vibrating on that resonance because the resonance have to match. All right. So, for example, all right, have you ever been somewhere you in a good mood, man? You in a good mood, you doing your thing. Somebody comes around there and they mad. They can't even be around you. Your vibration too high. They might come around there, they see you smiling, they got to get away. Your vibration's too high. So I get that a lot. And it used to bother me, man, because I'd be like, damn, I just feel like don't nobody want to be around me. Don't nobody really mess with me, like talking about, hey, but that's just the way it is. They're not people that vibrate with you. So, hey, everybody's not going to get you. And once you start trying not to let people get you and do what you want to do, that's when you attract like-minded people that are on the same vibration. Yes, it is good to sleep with a crystal under your pillow. Yeah. And that's what I tell people, just work with it. Just work with the crystals. If y'all want me to talk about crystals a little bit, then put a 1 in the thing and I can talk about the crystals a little bit if y'all want me to talk about that. This is an open panel. I call it church part too because it's Sunday and I wanted to, get that church spill off. But it's an open panel. So anything I want to talk about, any questions you got, definitely send them. Okay, is Freemasonry a religion? Freemasonry is not a religion. It's more of a secret society. In order to be a Freemason, you have to have some kind of religion because they want you to have a religion. They want you to have a higher power that you go to as far as Freemasonry. Atheism, that's a religion too. So no, Freemasonry is not a religion. Freemasonry is a secret society. It's like a cabal that people enter. Sort of like the colleges, like when you go to colleges, you have the different stuff, when you try for your sorority, it's sort of like that. So it's not a religion, it's a secret society. You pay money, you got to pay to be a Freemason. There are different things that you have to go through. And as you move up the level, you get initiated with different levels. Okay, so Mama said, go right ahead. All right, so let's see. Can you pass me a couple of them crystals right there? Yeah, just give me a couple of them. All right, thank you. All right, so crystals. All right, so these are just a couple of crystals. These are just crystals that I just had. These are quartz crystals. When I get people that are new to crystals, or when I first start talking about crystals to people, I always tell them to start off with quartz because quartz is the master crystal. Now, these are quartz crystals. Remember that quartz is used in watches to keep time. Quartz are actually silicone that's used in our computers, our computer wafers, because they have a memory. So believe it or not, this crystal has a memory. So if you think something and you think it towards this crystal will actually hold your thoughts. You know, it sounds funny, but that's really how it works. That's how we're able to have computers and stuff like that, because they use crystals and crystals used in memory. Now, in my last video that I did, I was telling you how to get started with your crystal. Once you've had the crystal, you know, how to cleanse it and how to energize your crystal. So I'm not going to go over that again. Definitely check out that that video of how to start using crystal in 10 minutes. I just want to go over the programming part now, because like I said, just like a computer, which has these crystals can be programmed. So when you're programming a crystal, once you've already cleansed it, you know, you got all the negative energy off of it, you know, you've charged it, you've prayed over it, you do whatever you want to do as far as between you and your crystal, but you're just trying to put your information in here. So you program the crystal. When you program the crystal, this is the intention that you want your crystal to do. All right. So I say, hey, I need help losing weight. My crystal is going to help me lose weight. So you program the crystal. You can pray over it. You know what I mean? You can look at it. You can, you know, just concentrate on it, and it actually will help. Now, this crystal is going to try to bring everything around it to the same vibration. So it's always bringing things into equilibrium. Now, Marmar said, how do you cleanse a crystal? Okay. So as far as cleansing the crystal, you can run water over the crystal. That'll cleanse the crystal. Another way of cleansing the crystal is you can blow on the crystal. That'll cleanse the crystal by blowing on it. If you have sage, you can burn sage or smoke, and that'll cleanse your crystal. And the reason why you want to cleanse your crystal is because they have a memory. Everything that comes in contact with your crystals, or anybody that thinks about it, touches your crystal, is going to be in the crystal. So cleansing your crystal is just a way of taking off negative energy that someone else may have put on the crystal. So, once you get your crystals, you don't really let people touch your crystals, or you can, you just need to clean them out. So I just think that it's real interesting. And if you look in here, this is a Lemurian quartz crystal. I have quite a few of these, but if you notice the ridges and stuff in there, they have lines and they have ridges, and all these things mean something. So I'm going to bring this crystal back, some of these, when I start talking about the Akashic records, because there is a way that we can kind of get through the Akashic records with these, especially these recorder crystals, because they have all these lines. So these lines are information that we can actually tap into through the crystals. So I just thought that was real interesting. You know what I'm saying? And the more I started reading about them, like, damn, they actually use these in computer chips. Is really something to them. So I thought that was real interesting. Anything like that. So that's my church. You know what I'm saying? My church is crystals. My church is, try to make sure I vibrate. My frequency is high. My church is trying to connect with others with like ideas. Because when you have two people, just like the Bible says, 2 or 3 people that are praying at the same time, you got that energy. That's not spookism or religion. It's just science. That's your magnetism. You're attracted to someone that's like you. So when you all two are together, it's twice as much, and you can do twice as much. So that's why I say it takes 2, because it really does. 2 can do a whole lot more than 1. So what else we got here? Okay, you're able to read people very well. Yeah, you can. And I think that's something else too that was changing. I was talking to somebody else. I do feel like everybody's consciousness is trying to coming up. It's kind of moving up a little bit, man. I don't know. I be having these mental things where I can like get into people's heads and it's not good, man. I'll be like wrong with people thinking and stuff. And it doesn't even have to be with somebody I'm in front of. It could be somebody on the phone. It could be anytime. And I'm just wondering like how I'm connecting to people so easily. Also talk about being an empath. You know, when you're an empath, you know, you have those things to go on too. But yeah, that's just been really easy for me lately. And I just be wondering, has anybody else noticed that? Are y'all able to like tap into other people or something? Is it what's going on? I do feel like there's something going on as far as everybody's consciousness. Everybody's getting more woke. But yeah, it's really weird right now. So I can't wait to see how it's gonna be in like 5 years. So yeah, you want to practice that stuff. So always keep your mind in point. You know, you're gonna do these mental hacks and stuff, because there's so much stuff, more stuff that we can do with our brain, as long as we don't have our mind that's in the clouds. You know what I'm saying? Worried about Jesus or worried about religions and stuff like that. We need to be right here on the earth and know what's going on and use these tools that we're put on this earth to help us do that instead of having our heads in the clouds. Okay. Oh, my crystals. Yeah. You might just can't. Yeah, my mom died and she used to have crystals. And I was cleaning out something and I found a crystal of hers. And when I carried it around with me, it actually resonated with me. It really did. And I'm like, wow, this crystal really resonated with me. So I got it. And I figured out that certain crystals would help. And yeah, she had just died. So I was getting the pink quartz, rose quartz, and it really helped me heal. And I just felt something that had, you know, I just felt it. So I just got into it. And that kind of started my journey. You know what I mean? But it takes time, you know, so that's why, you know, we got to realize that everybody isn't necessarily on the same level. You know, you might tell somebody something. I mean, somebody could have told me this 10 years ago, and I was like, nah. I remember I had my homeboy came over. This was a few years back, and he had a video, and the video was about Jesus. Oh, yeah, I'm going to talk about her, too. Yeah, the video was about Jesus, but it was talking about Serapis, who came before Jesus. It was facts. Everything was right there, factual. I got mad at him and I made him take the movie out of my TV, man. And it was the facts right there. But I couldn't, you know, it was cognitive dissonance. So I couldn't even think that there was somebody before Jesus. Yeah, Jesus is relatively new. But hey, you know, so I understand. I get it. That's why I ain't trying to be nobody in the head. Everybody believe what they believe. But I am here to give you the truth, my truth. Okay. So yeah, so I wanted to get on this too. Okay, so the lady, wait a minute, hold on. We had a couple of deaths. Hold on. All right, so the lady that killed Emmett Till pretty much died. All right, so she died. So people were saying that before she died, you know, she was kind of confessing, and she told a couple of people that, you know, that it was a lie. But yeah, it's messed up, man. Really, really messed up. So she died. So she's on her deathbed. Okay, so Christians. All right, so she can say, Jesus, forgive me for getting this little boy killed. And she go right to heaven. She sit right beside the throne of God, don't she? She go right to heaven, sit up there with God after she done did that. All she got to do is say, Jesus, forgive me. Nah, I'm not buying it. Yeah, she did get to live a full life, and he didn't. And that's one of the things that you know, I always talk about too. And then, like I said, everybody was mad at Kanye, but yo, I think that Kanye said a lot of stuff that really make a lot of sense, because Black people, that had to almost kind of be a choice now. I mean, come on, you got this one white man, you got 50 niggas and one white man with a gun, and he running everybody. Oh, come on, bro. Even if one of us have to go get shot, we taking over this master. You know what I'm saying? We taking over this plantation. So yeah, it's just crazy. So whenever I try to think of that, I know that I was born in the right time, because if I was born back then, I would probably be the Nat Turner, if there's even a Nat Turner. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so much stuff, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, so she's dead now, and I, like I said, but she, you know, she went to Jesus, so she'll be in heaven. So y'all see her when y'all go to heaven. Mm-hmm. She'll be up there with you because she got her forgiveness. All right, then I had Jerry. Yeah, I want to talk about Jerry, yo. Jerry Springer, that was my boy. He died. So I used to like Jerry Springer because we used to come home from school, man. We would just watch Jerry Springer. It'd be pregnant chicks fighting. They'll be cussing. They'll be, you know what I'm saying? So that was really good. And I like Jerry Springer. And unlike like DJ Vlad and other people that I see, I don't feel like Jerry Springer was a bad guy. I don't think I don't feel like he was exploiting the black community. I don't feel like he was exploiting poor people. I feel like he had a show, and I feel like he did what he wanted to do. Jerry really likes like strippers and sluts, and you know what I'm saying. He really likes that. So I never felt like he was a bad guy. It was trash TV. It was trash TV, but he really liked it. And sometimes he used to tell those guys, "Hey, you're pregnant. Don't fight. Don't fight." But yeah, I like Jerry Springer. But like I said, I get a different energy from him that I would get with DJ Vlad or somebody else that's just always trying to exploit us. So yeah, I just wanted to put that up there because Jerry died. I didn't even know he died. Somebody sent me an email. I was like, "Damn, let me put it up there." I didn't even know. So yeah, Jerry did love the black folk, and very, very entertaining show. You got to see Jerry uncut. You can even go to YouTube, yo. They got on YouTube. You can see him when it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's uncut. But yeah, Jerry. That was my boy Jerry. So I said something about the white lady. Said something about Jerry. Now here we go. Harry Belafonte. All right, now I didn't really know him. He a little bit before my time, man. But you know, he was a black guy, an actor. He broke a lot of barriers for the black folks. So yeah, he passed too. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. I always say that people die in threes. So yeah, they die in threes. So yeah, yo, I just wanted to have some church today. You know, if nobody gonna call in, if we don't have no callers, I'm about to get out of here. But yeah, I wanted to go to church. I wanted to do that part two because I had already started the church part one. So I wanted to do the live version. Also, I did a video on money. So watch that video on money because money is energy, money is vibration as well. You ever notice when you don't have no money, you can't never get no money. Nobody even give you any money. But as soon as you start getting money, people will give you money because money is energy. And that's one of the things that you have to have in order to get more. So we're going to definitely talk about that. And I'm going to show y'all some ways to keep that money energy up. Because once you got that energy and you riding that wave, money will automatically come to you and you'll automatically attract it. Real talk. So yeah, so I definitely want to talk about that. So I'm going to do a money part two. So part two is going to be like this church because it's going to be a live stream on, you know, what I talk about the money. I talk about investments, the right thing to invest in. We talk about a lot of good stuff. So yeah, that money stream is good. So check that out if you haven't seen it. I did 3 videos last week, and I did the video. I did the video about the dreams. Yeah, so I did a video about the dreams, the out of body experiences, astral travel, the difference between having a lucid dream and astral travel. So that was very interesting too. And all these things are tools and stuff that you can use to say, hey, you learn how to start lucid dreaming, you learn how to astral travel, go on the astral plane when you're sleeping and get that information and bring it back here, you know, and then you'll have an idea, you know, like I get an idea for a show, anything. We can use these tools to kind of bring it in. So everything that I do is trying to use it to try to help us in this life right here, not to try to plan on something later on, right here, right now. Hacks to make our lives easier. So that's what I'm about. That's what my channel is about. So that's what I'm going to be doing a lot. Just trying to make it easier for us because we got so many obstacles. So anything we can do, if you can carry a crystal in your pocket, you know what I'm saying? If you can wear a bracelet, you know, or if you, whatever you can do, man, we need to just make sure we're doing that. Bronze Flat Power God. Yes, I astral project all day, fam. Yeah, word, me too. Yeah, and that's a like a funny thing too, because that astral projection is it's crazy. Because I remember the first time, I just tell you real quick, the first time I astral projected, I was scared. So I didn't do it the whole time. That was hard for me to do it. So what I did, I talk about this in the video too. I used the rope method. So the rope method. All right. So first, let's just talk about real quick when the witches ride you. You know, when you're little, you wake up, you're scared to death. You can't move your head. You can't do nothing because the witch is riding you. That's right before you're about to astral project. So if you can break out when that witch is riding you, you can astral project. So how I did mine, Bronze, is I did the rope method. So I actually taped the rope to my ceiling. And when I got to that point, when I couldn't get out of my body, I just pulled up on the rope, and I pulled up and I astral projected. I've also did it doing a roll technique. I call it the roll technique because when you're there, it's like you're stuck. But if you can roll off the bed, like try to roll out of your body, you can roll and do it that way. So yeah, I've done it before a couple of times. But I do gotta say, just make sure you got right intentions and stuff. Because the first time I did it, just trying to explore. But I did it a couple more times, and I think the third time I did it that week, I was trying to spy on somebody anyway. All right, so I was trying to look at somebody. So I went back to the house and I was trying to see what she was in the bed in and stuff like that. So that's not a good thing. So just make sure that you have good intentions. So I actually, after travel, I did what I had to do, and I came back. And I was like, wow, I can't believe I did that. So the next night I tried to do it again. I was like, all right, I'm going to see who over there now. I'm going to see what's going on. This is in another state, somebody I was broke up with. So I said, I'm going to do it again. So I astral traveled again. I did that same method. This time when I started climbing up the ropes, I saw entities. So they were like balls, sort of like energy, like floating energy, but they were faces. And when I was climbing up the rope, the faces came from all directions, scared the shit out of me. I dropped the rope. And I would just say just have good intentions. Now my intentions are good, so I don't have that issue. Yeah, but make sure you have your good intentions. Whenever you're doing anything for crystals or, any kind of work or anything like that, make sure your intentions are good. Always have good intentions, because you don't want to try to do anything like that with bad intentions. And my intentions weren't really bad. I was being nosy. But really, if I can astral travel, is that what I'm going to do? I'm going to look at somebody's bed to see if somebody in bed with them. I mean, so it's not using it properly. So when I try to go down, I try to go and bring stuff back. Bring information, ideas, something back to this realm from that realm, and try to see what I can do. So that helps. So yeah, lucid dreaming, astral travel. Astral travel, let's talk about lucid dreaming first. Lucid dreaming is when you wake up and you figure out that you're in a dream, then you can do what you want to do. Lucid dreaming is easier than astral travel. One thing that you can do is just leave a notebook beside your bed, and that notebook you're going to write down everything. We have to wake up within 5 minutes of our dreams to remember them, but if you have that notebook, you can write it down, and that helps you with the dream recall, because you want to be able to recognize that you're in the dream in order to lucid dream. So something I do too, or something when I was first starting, look at your hands. You can look at your hands and say, hey, look at my hands. You do this throughout the day, just look at your hands. So then when you're dreaming, you'll automatically look in your hands, and you'll be able to tell if you're dreaming or not. Now, for me, when I'm in a dream, my cell phone don't work. Can't take pictures, can't dial numbers, electronics, none of that stuff works. So that can also be a clue too. You know what I'm saying? You say, hey, wait a minute, this cell phone ain't working. I'm in a dream. Then once you figure out in a dream, you can fly or do whatever you want to do. I used to get excited when I first started. So I figured out I was in my dream. You know what I mean? And I would get excited and come back to my body. But yeah, you can definitely do that. Also, if you're lucid, you think you're lucid, you don't know what's going on, and you're trying to get out of a situation, just turn around. If you spin around in your dream, you can always kind of like reset it. Okay. For me, astral travel was different, because astral travel was actually going somewhere. I think a lucid dream is you there in your bed, your subconscious is creating this dream when you're lucid dreaming. So something that's good for lucid dreaming too is once you get to bed, go back in your day in reverse. From the time that you lay down, just go to your body, go through your day in reverse. When you go through your day in reverse, that's going to get all that stuff out of your head, so that when you do go to sleep and start dreaming, you're not going to be going over stuff in your head that happened during the day. It'll be just pure information. So definitely do that when you go to bed, and that'll help you to lucid dream and not be dreaming about different stuff that happened during the day. All right. Yeah. And that astral travel. Yeah. And astral travel is so much different. When you're in a lucid dream, you're walking on the ground. Astral travel, you're floating. I mean, I was just energy. I was floating around, 360 view. Like I could see everything, and I had to figure out, like, because you can see everything. So I was just like floating around. So I remember I was trying to get out of the house. I was like, where am I going? I was trying to get out of the house. And I was trying to go down the steps, but it's no steps. You just go there. You just go through something. So when you're astral traveling, to me, that seems more real because you can go somewhere in real time and those people and all that stuff is there. When you're lucid dreaming, that is on the astral realm, but it's more created in your mind. So lucid dreaming, you're making a dream up as you go. Astral traveling, you're exploring these different worlds. So yeah. So, but yeah, Marmar, it's not that hard. Like I said, first you just need to keep that dream journal because the dream recall is the most important part. You just got to be able to remember your dreams. Keep that dream journal. Before you go to bed, look at the dream journal and look at some of the other dreams that you had. You know, you can say a meditation, say a prayer, do your meditation. And what used to mess me up is that when you first start, like about to start lucid dreaming or astral travel, right before you get to the part where the witch is riding you, you hear sounds and you hear noises. They used to scare the shit out of me because I'd just be sitting there and there'd be noises and they would always like wake me up and I would always jump, but you're going to hear those noises. So whenever you start hearing those noises and stuff like that, stuff that sound real weird, it just means you're about to come out of your body. But it took me a while to learn that. And now even sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I hear the noise and it just jolts you. So yeah, those noises, that ain't no joke. Yeah, man, that's fact. That used to scare the shit out of me, man. I'd be like, damn, every time I almost get here, I get a noise or something. And then something that would get me too is like standing still, like itching. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to sit here completely still, trying to get it, and I'm itching and moving and stuff like that. So I don't really try as much as I used to. I feel like I astral travel every night. I have the same place to always go to. Yeah, I got to start doing something better. Yeah, but I go to the same place all the time. You know what I'm saying? Every night I'm always at the same place. So yeah. But yeah, man, it's deep and it's just weird how we can explore like different worlds, different realms, during our sleep. And supposedly, if you can think about it, then it's possible, So everything that we can think of in our head, can be created. So yeah, Momar, you can definitely do that. Yeah, and let us know. And like I said, before you go to bed tonight, just try and then just have your intention. Say, I'm going to wake up in my dream. And then once you start like learning your dreams and writing down and what a dream looks like, you'll be able to tell, like, hold on, this is some bullshit. I'm in a dream, man. What I'm doing at the top of this building in this control room, yeah, this is a dream, Then once you get the dream, you can do what you want. But it's different levels, so many different levels. I mean, I've been lucid, like half lucid, where I know I'm in a dream and I can fly, but I'm still punching. I'm trying to punch somebody and I'm moving in slow motion, or I'm trying to run and my feet are like sinking down into the ground and I can't run. So sometimes you can kind of be like halfway lucid too. But yeah, it's really, really, really interesting. And something that I do too, another little hack that you can use. You can use those binaural beats. If you go to, on YouTube, you can get those binaural beats with the lucid dreaming, and they have certain frequencies when you put in your headphones, and they will help you too. So yeah, they'll help you too. So yeah, it's definitely a lot out there, a whole lot that we can explore. Yeah, man. So these are the realms. This is the stuff that we should be thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Digging into ourselves, lucid dreaming, figuring out what makes us tick, going into our mind and our subconsciousness instead of looking elsewhere or looking up in the clouds or looking down at hell to think something down there. You got to stay grounded, stay where we are right now. So everything that we need is already on this earth, right here on this earth, not underground, not up in the air somewhere, not in the stars. It's right here. Yep. Facts. So yeah, y'all, I just want to have an open panel. Like I said, this church part 2. This was the live portion of the church. Wanted to let everybody comment, had any questions, anything to talk about. But yeah, it was a good build today. I definitely like talking about that lucid dreaming. And I do have something coming up. So I am going to do that dreams part 2. And what I'm gonna try to do. My homeboy is crazy, so he's supposed to be trying to get in the dream with me. Yeah, y'all try this too. If anybody know, Bronze, you know how to lucid dream. Maybe we can meet up or something, man. I said my homeboy kept messing with me, say, man, I'm gonna try to find you in the dream. And it's crazy because me and my little sister used to do that when we were little. We could go to each other's dreams and stuff. And that was so much easier than when you're little. You know, I think once you grow up and you start learning and becoming adults, we lose that imagination side. But yeah, my sister can do that real good too. So it's definitely a skill that you can use. And like I said, just use it to explore yourself. Use it to learn yourself, get to know yourself. And then, you know, once you do that, use it to bring stuff back here that can help you in this life. You know what I mean? Bring it back here. Just like the dream. Like, you know what I'm saying? I dreamed one time that I won the lottery and I woke up looking for that damn lottery ticket. I mean, I was really looking for it before I figured it out. But you know, I was looking for the lottery ticket. But if I had got the lottery numbers, I might have been able to bring them lottery numbers back. So yeah, So yeah, let's explore. You know, a lot of stuff out there. I don't have to go nowhere. It's right here in our minds. Everything is right in our minds. All right. So anybody got any questions? Anybody want to hit the link? Got anything to say? Any smoke? Any questions? I'm gonna drop the link one more time. If somebody want to hit that, you can come up. If not, I'm gonna get ready to end the show. All right. So yeah, just a week in review. So yeah, get that church in today. Definitely write down your dreams. Handle your money. Don't waste your money. Always be enterprise minded, thinking when I spend money, how is this money going to make me some more money if I'm going to spend this money? So always think about that. Remember that money is energy. And in order to get more energy, you got to have energy. When you don't have no money, nobody's giving you money. Rich people don't give poor people money. A rich person is going to give you money if you can make them more money. That's just how it goes. If you don't have money, nobody's going to give you money. But once you get money and you start portraying that money, it's easy to get money. That's just how it goes. All right. So we talked about church, money, and dreams. Yo, I want to thank y'all for coming out. This was just like a spur of the moment thing, but I felt like I wanted to get, a video in because I hadn't did one in a while. So thank y'all for joining, man. I appreciate you. And this kpaperchase with Soundoff. Peace.